but you need variation, okay? And I don't mean I'm in plank and my variation is like this and this and this and all these. No. That's still a plank, okay? What we need is we need different forces, right? Hey, Fit Fam. Coach Russo here with Yobi Fit Forever. This is our weekly health advice. This is a series I've been doing actually for quite some time. So today's video is why your core training sucks. And I know I wanted to be positive, but let's be real. Most people's core training is terrible. And I'm not going to waste any time. The reason that our core training is bad or sucks is because you start at too high of a level. And I thought about this. Imagine you're doing a crossword or a Sudoku or like a word search, and you're not that good, but you start on the expert level. Like, you're not going to do it right. You're just going to literally fail at it. Core training's the same way, okay? Let's say I want to work my core, but I'm starting at a plank. You can't do a plank until you learn how to activate your deep muscles. Sure, it might look like you're doing a plank, right? You might feel like you're doing a plank, but really you're learning bad habits. You're learning at hinging your back. So the number one reason that your core training sucks is because you're not doing it in a progressive fashion. You say, Coach, what's the answer? Well, the answer is start on your back. All core training starts on your back, okay? Here, this is the premier core training position in our new series, 30 Days to a Stronger Core. I'm going to walk you through all the progressions, okay? So, the second reason why your core training probably sucks, I know it's so negative, but is it's too passive. Okay, we have two kinds of exercise, right? We have passive exercises and we have active exercise. You say, Coach, what's the difference? I'm moving in all of them. No. An active exercise is I'm using my mind to create, and I'm going to use a fancy word here, quasi-isometric stabilizing tensile, quasi-isometric stabilization forces. That's the easier version. But essentially what that means is as I'm doing a movement, I'm flexing specific muscles, right? So the quasi-isometric this is flexed isometrically, and I'm stabilizing. So my core is no different. Let's say I'm doing a push-up plank, right? And I'm here and I'm holding a passive push-up plank. I'm just hanging out. And if you're just hanging out, the odds of you doing it correctly are very poor, right? And you guys can see from here, right? If I want to get active, I want to do some quasi-isometrics. I'm going to suck, tuck, and squeeze my hips. I'm going to lift my rib cage nice and tall, okay? I'm going to hold and squeeze. I'm going to add some arms. I'm going to add some legs, okay? I'm being active in my core training. That is a huge, huge part of it, and it's every exercise. It's every core exercise. You need to be active. Now, if you haven't done the supine on your back core work, then what ends up happening is you don't know how to be active in your planks and or anything else. You're squeezing your neck and your arms. So it's very, very important that you go in order. And the order is coming. So don't worry about that. But I'm just saying, if you're just hanging out, you're just doing a sit-up, doing a plank, but you're not activating your deep muscles, you're not using your mind to create these quasi-isometric forces. I need a better name for those, by the way. That's way too sciencey. Then you're doing yourself a disservice. You're teaching yourself bad habits, okay? And last but not least, the third reason why most people's core training sucks is it's not diverse, okay? They do plank, side plank. Now, given side plank and plank are amazing. We do those all the time. But you need variation, okay? And I don't mean I'm in plank and my variation is like this and this and this and all these. No. That's still a plank, okay? What we need is we need different forces, right? So I'm here on my back, right? I got my spinal flexion. Well, you guys can see our crunch series. I got spinal twist, right? Now I have spinal flexion with hip flexion, right? Now I'm in a destabilization. Now I'm getting at my hip extension, okay? Now I'm in rocking up, kipping, leg raise, boat, twist. I mean, there's a lot of functions of the core, given that it's a lot of muscles, okay? And a last piece of diversity that I don't want to say no one does, but like very uncommon, except if you guys do classes with us, is while I'm standing, right? I'm using my core to move. It's called core-centered movement. So we have a whole thing, standing core exercises, and those are in the series, is I want to be able to use my core when I stand and move and squat. No, you don't need a band. You're not standing with your band doing your twists. I'm hitting here, and you guys will see this in yoga class today. I'm in my standing lunge. I'm going to use my core as I fold forward. I'm not just, I'm using my core as I come forward, protects my back, right? As I drop down, I'm using my core. There you go, folks. That's some diversity, okay? So let's review the three aspects. Number one, when you do your core training, you need to progress, okay? You start on your back. you learn the basic mechanics, and you challenge yourself with more and more core exercises. How do you know a core exercise is too hard? You feel it in your back, and you can't do it, okay? That's pretty basic right there, okay? 2, why your core training sucks. It's too passive. It is too passive, okay? You're just hanging out in plank. You're just doing the sit-ups. Nah, you got to activate your deep muscles. You got to turn your brain on. Trust me, you need to use your brain, folks. And when you're doing your core training, that's how you get that deep stability. That's how you actually make progress, okay? And last but not least is you need to be doing diverse core exercises. Like I said, not doing a plank and then doing a one-arm plank. That's not that much different. I'm talking about all those different options from the floor, from the side, from the hip bridge, from the twist to the leg flexion. There's a lot of different options for core training. And the reason is your core training is it's a super complicated, let's call it mechanism, okay? So, hope you guys enjoyed that. We're doing a whole series called 30 Days to a Stronger Core. There are 60 core exercises, okay? That's what's up. They are progressive in fashion, starting from the easiest, ending at the hardest, all right? I have an exercise library going. You can watch each exercise individually. You can essentially write your own core workouts. But there are 12 workouts done in progressive fashion over a 30-day period, so you guys can honestly start. You could start with nothing and end at an extremely high level. But even better, you're going to have all these elements. It's going to be super active, it's going to be progressive in nature, and you're going to have this diversity, literally 60 exercises, okay? So look out for that, folks. If you haven't picked up 3 steps to a healthy body weight, you need to, okay? It's just the eating thing. Whew, different monster, okay? So hope you guys enjoyed that video. This is why your core training sucks, all right? So go ahead, be on the lookout for 30 Days to a Stronger Core. You can also go into YouTube and find our core strength. I have an entire workout dedicated to core strength, okay? So I'm Coach Russo. Hope you guys enjoyed that. And this is You'll Be Fit Forever. Peace.